Hey everyone, hi. It's just me, Audrey Lane. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I wanted to get on and share with you guys something that just came to my head this morning, and I've been kind of sitting on it all day because I'm like, so many other things have been coming up too. So I'm like, God, what do you want me to go out here and say? Because I don't want to put feelings into it of of craziness or um feelings of like bitterness or anything, but it came to me, mistake. And I'm like, what mistake? Like, God, what's going on? What's the mistake? And it was like they done made a mistake by wanting to cast you off, and they made a mistake by thinking you less than, and they made a mistake by letting you go, because he's going to show them that the mistake. And I kept saying, did I make a mistake? Is there something that I'm doing wrong? And it was just like, no, they done made a mistake by letting you go. And you want to know something? I'm asking him, like, is it for my husband, and what's going on with that? And partially a little bit about it, but it was like, no. Those who probably sat there and thought less of you, those who probably thought that you would never amount to anything, those who thought that, oh, she's, because I've had incidents where people wanted to count me out, and even myself. And I took from that also, don't you make a mistake of placing yourself at a lower level. There's nothing low about you. So it was weird for me to get that word of mistake, because it came with so much that I was trying to kind of like, I gotta sit on it, because I don't know. It was just like, how do I do this? Like, help me with it, God, because mistake, yeah. It's so funny when people want to count us out. And it's weird that we even do it sometimes to ourselves. When I'm telling you, the best thing for me has been when I'm asked God. I thought it last year was like, oh, what did you do that for? But it was the best thing for God to reveal me to me, and Him still doing it. I am finding so much about myself that I'm like, wow, you really are someone who's open for learning. You really are a person who are selfish in thoughts, but now you are now wanting to be where you do inclusion, not only for the other person but for myself. I want to be a part of a progress, and the progress is a moving forward progress, not a progress of us all getting together and sitting around and doing nothing and being idle, but let us put our heads together so we can move forward and go. Man, when I'm telling you, He is revealing so much to me. I thank God for Him. I thank Him for Him. It is so truly amazing when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get God confidence. It's really already in you. We just cover it up and we mask it with so much other things, because we be too busy doing other stuff, and we be thinking that, oh, I'll get to it. I'm going to put this, I got to do this first. I got to get myself together before I come to Him. Oh, God don't want me because, I do all this. I was just clubbing last night and I was just doing this. He don't want me. I'm sitting here smoking, drinking, popping pills, doing it. That is so false. That's the enemy trying to tell you something. Because let me tell you, when you are destined for something, and God knows His purpose for your life, but when you get heed of what He's doing and He plants it in you, and all of a sudden you like, it's something more to me, there's something more in me. And when you start realizing that, let me tell you, the devil, he gets all shaken up. He don't like that. He don't like when you start getting strong and you start discovering, you know what? Let me trust God. Let me go on over to Him. The devil don't like that. He do not like that. So he starts sending things your way and sending all kinds of distractions and people. Because I done got some crazy things in the last couple of days, and then yesterday I done had some crazy things happen. But you want to know something? I instantly know now. Instead of wanting to go and can be combative or being frustrated or being angry, I go right into having a conversation. God, I need you right now. I need you right now. And instantly, when you start moving in the power that you know God has for you, the devil don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. So he's going to try to send some things along your way to distract you, to get you off track, to sit there and make you feel like this doing God is so hard for me. It's easy to live out there in the world. Let me tell you how that path is so wide. It's wide because the whole thing about it is when you have your personal relationship with God, it's small, it's quiet, it's still, because God needs your focus. He needs your focus. He needs all of our focus. Where are we putting our focus? So I'm telling you, when people try to sit there and cash you out, let them. Let them. I had to learn that it's like, stop trying to prove to people what you can do. Because the only person that knows you can do something, and the only person that is really wanting your attention, and the only person who know that there's so much more in you, he just waiting for you, is God. These people are built to kind of send distraction. When the enemy, and sometimes I can't even sit there and say that it's all, the enemy. Because sometimes things happen and God is like, I want to know where your heart and where your focus is. Is it on the likes? Is it on you want to, be all cuddled up and booed love with him? Or are you trying to still settle things? And I'm telling you, I'm still, even with me talking with you guys now, and like I said, sometimes it's hard for me to say you guys, because I really do the videos and everything for myself. I do know that there are some people out there who are going through the same things that I'm going through, but I really voice out everything because this is like therapy to me. This is like I get to come on and be myself. A lot of the times I just love the fact that I can get a lot off of me and out of me. Someone said to me that, and actually it was my daughter, like, Mom, you have no clue how many people you gonna touch this time next year. And I instantly went into, you wanna know something? I just want to share my story, but I hope more importantly that they know it's all God. It's a God thing. It really is, like Mary said, it's the God in me. And yes, I don't own no rights to that song or anything, but literally, it is the God in me. It's my God. But when I tell you where I was, I am not ashamed of the life that I live. Don't you ever be ashamed of the life that you lived. God will clean you up. And let me tell you, the things that we think is so cliche of wash me, God, make me whole and all that stuff, please know that he does it. When he sees your heart and he sees your mind getting to where he know it could be, and where, like, soon as you just start branching out and going forth, he like, okay, they ready. They ready for it. He works with us. Man, works with us and for us. A lot of the time, a lot of things be happening for me, and I know that it ain't nobody but him. I know it ain't nobody but him. It cannot be nobody but him. So it's just weird to me that came to me today. Mistake. Because at first I was like, am I making a mistake? No. And really, it's so crazy because I kind of wanted to get on a whole different subject that was kind of like, I want to go and talk about releasing things off of me and not, holding on to certain thoughts that I just don't need to have. It is so hard when we ask God to show us and teach us how to love, but yet we still holding on to old things and old people and old like thinking and everything. Man, I'm telling you, I told you guys how I was kind of struggling when a pastor prayed for me to have a renewed mind and a mind of just not always racing and being all over the place. I didn't know what that was. Just in a matter of weeks, when I tell you, our God is so wonderful that he moves instantly. And it's so weird because I always used to say, I don't want to microwave God. I don't want him to microwave, because I used to always say, like, God, come on, do this now. God, do this now. When I tell you, I cannot even grasp it sometimes of how he moves and how he functions. It's not my job really to do it. I just be weird out sometimes because I was like, I prayed for this and dang, wow, he did it. I am practicing gratitude all the time, being so grateful because I'm telling you, I was not who I am now. How about this? Put it like this. Last week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago. So God moves. He moves faster than what we think. When they say, oh, he's always on time, yes, he is. He really wants us to show up. I used to always say how, you get bused to school, the D-sex kids. And I used to say about, my husband, how he would just show up. Or and not even just him. Because there's no need. Like, one thing I'm not going to do is no need for me to badmouth him. My focus would not be to do that. I don't want this channel to be belittling and badmouthing somebody. That's not what it's about. My whole thing about it is I'm fine with where we are and where it's going to be. I really just want it to be over and done. Like I said, I cannot wait for it to be done and over, because it is really like, if I had this piece right now, God, well, dang, what would that piece look like? What would that piece be? Like, will I be really, truly walking around in my own bubble, just you and I? Because if I have this kind of peace now, when this is over, the peace that I have really, really, really will be something to write about. It's truly going to be a testimony. It's truly going to be a testimony. I'm so looking forward to it. And it's really, really wonderful, because I was like, we have to, show up. It's like when you getting bused to school, and so it's like the DSET program. You're getting bused to school and everything. Are you showing up? What are you learning? What are you learning? So I love the fact that I don't have where I'm just showing up and they taking attendance and I'm raising my hand. I'm here. Let me tell you, work for me in school didn't come so easily. I can smile my way through. I can partner in groups with people. This is the first time in like 40 years for me, that I am enjoying doing the work that God is telling me to do. And I had to catch myself because I didn't want to. Well, yeah, I can say it because God knows how I'm saying it. My own work. No one else can do this journey for me. No one else. Because if it would have been like that, it's weird for me. Because my mother, when I tell you, my mother was a praying woman. A woman that wasn't just in prayer. She was spiritual. I tell you, she had a glow. And I had someone yesterday tell me how my mom was. And it's so weird that I didn't even know that they knew my mother and how the connection and everything was and everything. And it was so nice to hear it. But I used to act a whole Like, I can go out, I can drink, I can smoke, I can do whatever I want because I can get all nice and fancy and dressed for church on Sunday and show up, and because, I'm going to get to heaven because of my mother. That's not how it go. That's not how it go. I love the fact that I get to do my own work with him. Then how about this? I don't have to worry about, oh, please don't mess up, Mom, because I'm counting on you. I tell myself, you better make sure you paying attention. And I love the fact that God, he goes over. It doesn't bother him if he has to go over instructions for you. It does not bother him if he's like, okay, she's not grasping this, so let me send someone her way so she can get it in this form, so she can understand it. Man, I talk with this deaconess at my church. Her husband, I truly believe he is going to be a preacher. He definitely is. He has it in him. This young guy right here, his testimony and his story, and he reminds me of my father too. How he is there on point, on cue like this. But then 1 minute, he can turn it right on off and be somewhere else. Like he don't want this, oh yeah, it's me who I did it and big up thing. That's one of the reasons why I love my church family, the body that I go with, the connection, the one accord that we're on. I love that. And I love now that I'm actually a part of it because I am actually showing up. And not showing up and just being present and saying, yes, I'm here, but actually participating. What can I do to contribute, God? Have me in the right place and stature of where you need me to be. His wife is so amazing because her and she texted me today. I'm getting better with doing that, everybody, because sometimes it used to be a struggle for me to text out to people. I just was saying how many, I have like 260 some odd people that I have not texted back. And that's not good because I even asked you guys, comment, I'm going to read it, I'm going to do it. I have been doing that. But I got to do better with it because let me tell you one thing about God, he wants us to stretch out for him. He wants us to stretch out for him. So where I am is with her text, she didn't notice because I didn't tell her. But you guys know I've been talking about the shift. And for her to just type that to me felt so good because how about this? She wasn't even talking about my shift. She was talking about her own shift. And all I had to do was say, thank you, God. Because how about this? I get to actually, now I know what it feels like when you're asking for someone to pray for you or be in agreement with you, or they're just talking or you're just talking and next thing you know things are happening. All you do is open up your mouth and somebody start praying for you. I was so happy for her and her shift. It wasn't about, oh, what can Audrey Lane get? Oh yeah, I instantly went into, you want to know something? God, that word shift has been on my head. And God is about to do something. I love the fact that we for our church, we did from Passover to Pentecost. And our pastor told us it is going to be a mighty blow at the end. Market, I'm telling you, I feel it. And when I tell you it has, thing has been coming up, businesses after businesses, one of our, and I was about to say his name, I don't like to say people's name without having their permission, but one of our deacon's sons, this little boy has been getting up praise dancing like it ain't been no other, and not a performing. He ain't performing. He is literally having and finding his way in God. And you can just tell all about it because he just be up there and don't be caring, could care less if anybody's looking at him or clapping or any of that. He don't need nobody to egg him on because he is in tune with God and he is focused straight on what I have to do for you. You can just tell it in him. I love it. I love the youth at my church like no other. One, I love youth, period, because they just have a thing about them of, you know, I'm a kid. It's good for us to have kid like thinking sometimes. Because one thing with kids, they not scared. They just get on out there and go. They don't know no, stop, don't until they are taught by an adult not to do it. Otherwise than that, you can't tell a kid no, stop. And sometimes when you tell them no, stop, don't, that makes them want to do it even more. So to watch him just get up there, I be like, man, God, it's a wonderful thing for as a child for them to learn it and have a relationship and a connection with you. I look at myself like that sometimes now because how I am with him, I wasn't like that before. It wasn't genuine. I mean, it's so you ever have where it's like, man, you done wasted this seat. You didn't waste. Somebody else could have been here. That was me a lot of the times, but I'm still glad that I was there and everything because after a while, everything was just being breaded down in me and everything. And it took for me to kind of cry and get this crying and everything for the seed to be watered because the seed was in me. My mom and my grandmother had that seed planted. The seed was there from the minute. I'm telling y'all, my story of how I'm here on this earth is just something. So let me tell you, it's just wonderful for you to actually don't be so focused on what you getting out of life. Be in agreement and be in harmony with other people. Don't be so focused on what you getting. Because I'm telling you, our God, and I told her, I thank God that we got a multitasking God. I thank God that he is so multitasking. He can do it all and all at the same time. I don't know nobody that can do that but him. I don't know anyone else that can do that. Be working on multiple at one time. And I just am so grateful that I have where I am connecting with people. Because it feels good for you to step out of yourself and be in encouragement with other people. And especially when you're going through some rough times, that is the best time for you to get off of yourself and be of service to someone else because God is fixing your life. A lot of the times he wants you to go out there and get off of your stuff and help someone else because he's fixing you. He needs you to go be a blessing for someone else. He needs you to go out there. And like I told you, we got to be vessels. We vessels. We got to go out there and let God blow through us for someone else. It is truly where we have to make sure we stay in the right kind of mindset for God. Don't be someone that just show up when they taking roll like, oh, I'm here, God. No. We have to ask God, and especially for me, Lord Jesus, I have to ask God, what do you need me to do for you today? How can I be of service for you today? Help me, God. It's okay for me to say, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, God. Please give me instructions. Please give me instructions. And it's so weird because in the midst of me saying that, give me instructions, it is really crazy that the word mistake came to me. And I'm telling you guys, I'm still having a little bit of problem with it. But it will be revealed to me when God sees is right. But for him to sit there and say that they cast you out, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. And they gonna see it. The people who cast you out, the people who now, like, I felt like, why is this kind of happening like this? Like, did I make a mistake? No, I see it now. There were some things that I could have handled better. However, I love the fact that I acknowledge those things. And acknowledging them was the stepping stone for me to get closer to God. Because it was like I did do some crazy stuff. I drank. I pop pills, and instead of me blaming people on it, and instead of me, because I ain't gonna lie, I did want to blame. I would have never did this if, yeah. How about this? You had a choice. You still chose to do it, and I had to say, God, you want to know something? I did all of these things, and I'm admitting to you that I thank you. I don't try to change my past. One thing I am so adamant on is, God, there's a lot of things that I would love for you to change about me. However, I can't ask you to change something that you already designed for a purpose. He knew them things was going to happen. Some things probably not. He didn't want. He knew they were going to happen, but he ain't have them designed in his book for me to do it. He ain't have it designed in his head. Put it like that, not the book. His head for me to do. Because we have choices in life. We can choose or not choose. But I do thank God for my past, because in the midst of my past and everything, when I look back on it, guys, I am so grateful for it, because I never would have got here. I would not be here, even literally sitting in this chair. I wouldn't be here, because I was at death's door. I'm telling you, I was at death's door. I was at death's door. I smelled hell. It got the funniest smell that I tell you, I can't even kind of put it to words. I was smoking and drinking and popping pills, and my mind was not right. So I always sit here and I say, before you want to judge an addict, you have no clue where a mind is. Because a lot of times, I'm going to speak for me and not others, I wanted to step out of it, but I did not know how. And even with me wanting to open my mouth, came a lot of judgment, came a lot of ridicule, it came a lot of where people thought they know best. One thing I do know is, people love to have you in a spot, especially where they feel like you have always had things going so good for you and all that stuff. It's so weird that people may have thought that I had life so good. Man, you could not walk. I'm telling you, and I wouldn't even want to say, God, let them walk a mile in my shoes. Because you want to know something? There would be God saying, God, I don't want what you have for me. I don't want to live up to the purpose that you have for me. No, I do. I want everything. So my past is my past. And it got me here to right now. It has me here to right now. And I'm so grateful for it in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. Some people may think that's crazy and that's stupid. But you want to know something? You're going to make a mistake judging off of my past and judging off of things and going into some wrong thinking. You done made a mistake. You done made a mistake. And I'm going to say it again. You done made a big mistake. Because my past really was a setup for my future. It really was a setup for God to say, all of that you didn't went through, okay, now you know. Now you know. One thing I love about God is He is always teaching. He is always, some people, some teachers get frustrated with teaching. Some teachers get frustrated and like, oh, they don't pay me enough for this. And that's not the case with him. So when I sit here and I tell you guys how grateful I am, I am. Because literally you can't tell me any different. You can't tell me that we don't serve an amazing God. What everybody has is so different from one another. Our purposes are different in life. God truly has us different from one another. And it's so weird where people can see the gift on you. Because trust me, when you walking with God, it's a light on you. It's a light on you. And it can be such a great thing for people who he places in your life, for them to see the light, and they don't run from it. When God sends the right people to you, and when he sends his people to you, they don't run from your light. They don't run from that light, because it's not really your light. It's a light on you. However, they know it's God. But when the enemy has it, because he got his folks out there too. Y'all better know it. He got his folks out there too. When they see that light on you, baby, let me tell you, they gonna send all kinds of stuff your way. They gonna send and try to do everything. Distractions. That's what they are. They distractions. They hinderers. They will try to hinder the process, because they know that, oh my goodness, and they say it too. Don't think they don't. I gotta find a way to stop. Because let me tell you, they want to hinder a process, because they're built for that kind of destructions. Some people are literally built to be destructors. They are. And how about this? We got to pray for them. We got to pray that spirit out of them. Even in some rough, bad times that you may be going through for yourself, you better still pray for others. Because the enemy sometimes take control over where they want to step out of it. That's what made me get onto the addiction thing. Some people live in addiction, and it ain't always necessary a drug. Addiction can be you having a wrong mindset. It can be an addiction of being a gossiper. You can just gossip all the time. You can be an adulterer. Yep. You can be easily influenced, just all the time. You can be what they say, and I know I may be saying it wrong, but what is it? Bad behavior corrupts morals, or something like that. I've noticed that we have to make sure that we watch the company that we are in. We only, this is why I say it's best for us to it's okay to go through that lonely period and not be with the people who you feel like, oh, but they know me. Yeah. They know enough to keep you down and keep you distracted and keep you at a low place, because that's what they do. They don't know any better. Sometimes the enemy tells them that, and they don't even know that they can get up out of that. Surround yourself. I'm putting myself in areas. Well, I wouldn't even say me, but yeah, me here walking. I am going into rooms and stuff and being around people that I used to say I didn't qualify for. No. How about this? I am getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, this person has this education background. This person has these work skills. This person right here has, a great, wonderful home. This person right here has love in their life and all of that. So I'm getting comfortable. I'm stepping out of the fears and the insecurities and the doubts of that, oh, it can't happen for me. It will. First of all, I'm in an area where I don't have to worry about how these things are going to come for me, because I'm like, God, you do it. You do it in your time, in your way. It's not time for us sometimes to always be moving on. Sometimes your chapters aren't fast. Sometimes they're not a sentence. We all know that. Sometimes they take progress. We got to show up and be willing to keep on going. Like I said yesterday, the wait and the wait. We got to wait, guys. It's okay. Just sitting there, and as you waiting and you holding that weight, learn everything it is you need to do. Because this process for me, I am so happy for, because I wouldn't have done this before. I would have ran from it, made excuses. Oh, it's not for me. Or see if I could get somebody else to do. Can't nobody show up to the relationship that I'm trying to have with God. They're not built for this. He made me built for this. I'm built for this. I say it, and one of the guys at my church and one of the pastor's sister, they have like a logo print designing company and everything. And I told them, I want a shirt. And it's going to be named a certain shirt. I'm going to get it. And that's what I'm going to get for everybody. That's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have on this channel and all of this for you guys to come and get it. I'm going to tell y'all what it is very, very soon. Because I want to make sure I do it the right kind of way. But I'm telling you, it's going to be powerful. It's going to be dynamite. It's going to be dynamite. Because you built for this. You built for it. They done made a mistake. They done made a huge mistake by counting you out. And how about this? It's a benefactor. Get yourself around benefactors. Because the moment they cast you out, don't look at it bad. Look at it like, oh, thank you. Thank you. I thank you for counting me out. I ain't want to be included. I really didn't. Do you really want to be included in destruction? Come on now. We don't need to be included in that. What somebody counted you out, you would never do this. Oh, you lazy. You don't want to do this. You don't want to go through hard times. Thank you for counting me out. I so now look at it like, woo, Jesus, thank you. Thank you, God, that this person counted me out and they thought me as less than. Thank you for putting me down here, because when you did this to me, God was like, okay, now I need you to be focused because I'm taking you here. So thank you for counting me out. I didn't need to be included in destruction. I don't want destruction for my life. Sometimes we got to know that when God separates us from people, jobs, situations, loved ones, because that's people too, it's for our greatness in Him. It's a greater good. We don't see it at that moment, and at that time we be trying to fight against it. I'm learning, like, let it go. Let it go. Let them go. Let that go. Because what these people meant for evil, God is turning it around for His good. He's turning it around. And for our good too. He will not leave us at a level of lowness. God is not a low God. He don't sit low. We all know He sit high. So let them go on. Let them count you as a mistake. Don't you be included with them. And when I say let them count you as a mistake, that's their count. They probably don't even know how to count anyway, because I guarantee you, when they counted you out, they made a big mistake because they never counted themselves. They never count themselves. They count everybody else, but they never count themselves. So their math is off. You better know it. Man, you guys better make sure y'all seek God in everything. You better make sure that it's like, Jesus, I need you right now. I don't even know. If you don't know, because I'm telling you, I'm learning myself that I don't know everything. So yes, God, send someone that can help me. God, I need you to send someone my way. And I guarantee you He will. He'll have them show right on up at the right time, at the right moment. It's okay for you to be an underdog. Let them count you out. They done made a mistake. They done made a mistake. Don't you sit back there and let that trouble you. Don't let that trouble your mind. When I tell you, and I said it the other day about, I think I said something about being mindless, having a mindset. Have your mind set and focus on God. Because distractions were created for you to get off of the task that you need to be doing. We know that. Sometimes we daydream, we go over there. Stop daydreaming. You don't need to daydream. Daydream about what? That's a distraction. Focus. I guarantee you, you'll find yourself in a better position, because God is like, if you just took the time out to focus on me, and you talking about just this one or two things, he got so much more in store for you, for us. I'm telling you, me coming on here and talking with you guys has been the blessed thing ever. The blessed thing ever. BLESSED. Blessed. I'm blessed. I love the fact that I get to come on here and be myself. I'm finding out things about myself that I just like, wow. Even before I became an adult, I'm like, wow. I didn't know I had it in me. People can see where you are going to go. So they will try to hinder you. They will try to say things to distract you. They're going to try to put things in your mind and give you a mindset of what you think you should be doing and having and all that. No, don't. Don't. Baby, let them go on. Let them go on. Sometimes it is okay for you to be like, okay, bye. And like my blessed hugger would say yesterday to me at the church, she said, so what? When they want to hold things against you, so what? When they want to judge you, so what? It's okay, so what? Please know they made a mistake. They done made a mistake. When I tell you, and how about this? When they realize they made that mistake, they want to come back to either hinder your process or then now they want to be a part. And we still got to show them love. Don't get mad. Don't get bitter. Don't get frustrated. You learn within everything you need to do that you still have a loving heart and mindset because God wants you to still stay in love. Don't let them distract you. They can still come back and you keep on going with your process. But don't you be mean. Don't you be bitter. Don't even hold them for that. Don't lose sight of the fact that they done did this. You let it go, but you don't let them back in the area until you really have an in-depth conversation with God and he tells you, it is time for you to do this. I put them back in place for you. I did it. And trust me, when you talk with him, he will let you know. He will let you know. He will let you know. You better make sure you is a great listener. You better make sure you listening and you better make sure you know his voice. His voice for you. No one else's. His voice for you. Because remember now you have your own personal relationship with him. You want to be able to know that's him. That's him. Because I guarantee you, the minute you start skyrocketing off and God starts lifting you up, oh, they come back around. They come back around. And you just say, hey, how you doing? Hi. Keep conversations with them and everything. Don't be bitter. Don't. I'm telling you, bitter will have you in a place of sourness and have your mind going all crazy. Live a better life. Live that life that God has you living. Don't go back into hurt. Yeah, sometimes we want to go back into what we know. No. If you want to go into something you know, don't you know well enough to know that it kept getting you in some crazy situations? Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Come on now. We got to do it. Let them go on because they done made a mistake by messing you up. Like messing up with the whole fact that they wanted to count you out, have you low. You guys, we all, us all together, we in it. I'm with it. I'm with it. They done messed up. They done messed up. And how about this? Remember I said God is the teacher. How about this? Don't worry about what they mark in grade or big. It ain't our job. Because trust me, God is the one marking them present. You can raise your hand all you want and say I'm present. He know if you actually paying attention. He know if you learning. He know if you struggling and hiding and need help grasping the work. He knows that. Because not everybody go to school to learn. Some people do just go for the free lunch. They do. They go because they just want to get up out the house. They go because it's like I'm supposed to do this. So it's okay. Don't be trying to fit the mold and be like everybody else. It is lonely out there on that straight path, because you want to know something? It's supposed to be. God is going to send people to you when He wants you to learn and grasp everything. He's sending people to us. Don't worry about that. Let me tell you, that wide road is wide for a reason. Everybody like to be on the wide road when you walking and everything and all that stuff. A lot of people don't want to be where they one behind the other, which is weird. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about me when I blacked out and literally almost died. I'm telling you, it was something. It was something. And you would have thought that I got it together then. When I tell you, thank God He is a multi-talented, tasking God, a Father. Oh my God. And it's so weird because I am literally here by His grace. And it's funny because people will hold your past and keep your past for you. They like to keep your past where it's like, okay, look at this. They want to dangle the carrot. They want to dangle it in front of your face and all that stuff to distract you. You can go right on ahead. Let them go right on ahead. And how about this? You keep on moving. You keep on going. Because it is a huge mistake they made. It's going to be a huge mistake if they always want to hold your life and everything accountable, because they so busy on you that they not even worried about what really is at task for them. They not really worried about the fact, and not even really need to be worried, but they're not focused on where they should be. Because like I told you, there are either the devil has his own, or they too scared to build a relationship with God for themselves. So it's like we all got the kids that just want to come. Remember, they show up to school to be the laughers, to be the ones that get you off track and all that stuff. And how about this? Some of them actually still be doing their work. They can get some work done and still be detractors. Class clowns. Baby, let me tell you. I love that I get to just grow. I'm like, God, grow me. Grow me. Grow me. I definitely had to get that word out because I ain't even tell you guys to subscribe. I had to get it out. I had to get it out because it just was on me, and I just was trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure it out. And not to figure it out like, God, I need to figure it out for you, but I was trying to like, God, is this, how do I get it out? How do I say it? Because I want to make sure I'm saying it how you need me to say it. Because a lot of the times I just get on here for me, God. I get on here all the time for me. So it's hard to kind of get something out. But it's so wonderful to have a calmness and a peaceness and a stillness. I thank you guys for getting on. Make sure you subscribe to Just Be Audrey Lane. Come on now, you guys, start your own YouTube channels. When I tell you it's relaxing, it is something for you to just voice out things. Trust me, you'll feel a shift. You'll feel a difference. You'll feel like, wow, this is amazing. This is wonderful. So you guys have a wonderful night. I love you. I love myself. More importantly, I love God. I thank him so much. Transform me, God. I was about to say that the first time. Transform me. Transform me. Let them go ahead and go on and go off. Let them. They want to count you out. It's a mistake, baby. It's a mistake. And don't you get caught up trying to fix it. Don't you get caught up trying to fix it. God has it. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Happy Monday to you guys. You guys go out, or even it's late, so you guys get in and y'all be safe. Love yourself. Love yourself and love someone else. Be genuine. Be genuine. Don't be out there trying to be nosy and get to know people just so you can get their business. No. You ain't got to know somebody to be a blessing to them. Because remember, it's not you getting no glory. Don't want it. You better give it to who it belongs to, and that's God. Trust me, he will transform your life. He will change it, and you will be like, I don't even know how I got like this. You guys have a good evening. Bye now.